Shai by Shem Kakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Salutations and much love to the Akim out there, pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. Brothers from Great Millstone, Tampa. Back with another live lesson. Lord's will is going to be edifying to the hopeful elect. And we just going to go into the mark of the beast once again. Like Apostle Tahar say, my favorite subject. Shit. Hey, we do this is the spirit last couple of weeks. This is a lot of what we've just been going into. All right, because it's happening. Okay, so might as well just start with this precept. You already know what precept to grab. Because, hey, man, this is happening. This is, like Apostle Tahar always says, this is the big prophecy we're looking for. Right. When the MOTB is made mandatory, this place is going to be out quick. But we see, this is why we're bringing this out, because we see, we're watching. We're seeing this thing about to be implemented. Go ahead, whoever got it.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
Yep. And that's clearly what we say it is, the implantable payment device. Yeah, we don't even need to say the MCHIP anymore. Because that's not what Esau gonna call it. You know, he's not stupid. He is stupid, but he ain't that stupid. He's a cunning hunter. You know, he's the most subtle beast of the field. So he's gonna call it, you know, implantable payment device. You know, whatever the bullshit he's gonna call it. But that's the mark. You know, the charagma. And you know, we always bring this precept out because you got a lot of camps bugging out, beating around the bush, telling you it's Christianity. Then they'll tell you it's embargoes. Then it's tell you it's sleeping with a white woman. Then another camp will tell you it's John 3:16. We're the only ones that haven't changed through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Beginning with the apostles, they've been saying the same thing for decades, and now it's here. It's literally here. People are buying with it as we speak, and now it's about to be made worldwide through what we're about to show you, as we've been doing for a couple weeks now.
A quick precept for you.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 24 and 21. My son, fear thou the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change.
These guys change like the wind. You know, and this is all of them, bro. It's like, damn, the water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that we're Great Millstone is good Lord. He's got all of the camps, bro. All these other camps is bugging out. Hey, that's why the Lord had to put the spirit on Apostle Tahar, name of what? 2026, the year of apostates, sellouts, and agents. So the Lord's already been doing it. He's exploding. He getting 2026 ready for you people. Because we've been seeing them dudes wasn't right.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you had mentioned earlier, opening up the lesson, one pivotal point, a very important key point that Israel always got to remember as the elders and brothers is continuously bringing out these receipts, that these are the same cats that, here it is, they're trying to prophesy onto you about this portion of the vision pertaining to the MOTB, but they couldn't prophesy onto you about taking the Gadzula. All right? These are the same cats. Captain Tazariak Hogface, he's the same cat that actually took the jab. And he told you, I took it so you wouldn't be scared. His head leader said to take the damn jab.
And they probably didn't. They just let their, you know, that's what he's saying. But who knows if he actually did.
Right.
He just told his congregation to do it. Like, because brother brought out, there was a 501c3 charters. They were getting a grant to get their congregation to get, just like doctors were. Doctors was getting paid every jump shot they gave, they got a bonus. Just like they do for prescription drugs. This ain't nothing new, man.
Yeah. And that's hirelings. The scriptures talk about it in John. You got it?
No, I was gonna get it. You got it, man.
Con. Yeah, that's the hirelings, man. Those that are paid off that don't care about the Lord's flock. Because if you was a true prophet of the Lord, which the prophets are known to be seers, then the Lord would have gave you that portion of the vision like he gave our apostles and elders on down. Brothers during that time period was telling Jake consistently, all right, just like how we consistently pushing out this same sound doctrine, Consistently, brother was telling you, don't take that. Never trust thy enemy, as the scripture says. Their physicians are no value. They're forged of lies, as the scripture says. Job the 13th chapter.
And back you up, it's a season for false prophets. So with that being deemed coin, apostates, and sellouts, that goes to show you how precious this truth is too. This is a balance. So it goes to show why the Lord would have such a heavy spirit on who's the false prophets, because he's getting ready to solidify who are the righteous men.
Well, and that's the thing, that the Lord separating. Then shall we know whom I chosen. Then shall know a prophet was among me. And that, we're not going to stray off the topic though. The mark of the beast. We're the only ones telling you what it is. So, like the apostle keeps saying, there's going to be a big controversy when that's it. Trump get up on that TV and tell you what you got to do. You have something though? Before I start going into this?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. And that's what these guys are doing. By you not teaching the proper understanding of the scriptures, you're leading your congregation, or the sheep, as the scriptures call the followers. You leading them to become destroyed.
To the slaughter.
Yeah, to the slaughter. Real quick, Matthew 15 and I'll start at verse 13 and 14. It says, but he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So ultimately, you end up falling for these dudes and led astray by these clowns that call themselves teaching the truth. What do they say over at ISUPK, the home of the truth, or something along those lines? Them dudes don't got not one true bone in them. Okay, that's why they come out and they got a slander the apostles. You had Tazariak in that live feed talking about Apostle Jahar. Running his mouth.
POS.
Yeah, exactly, man. Because they got to just slander the men and the character of the prophets, because they can't attack the truth.
That's right.
Okay.
But that's what's going to make it manifest, that they ain't up the Most High. They weren't sent by him.
And the rest of y'all that follow after these dudes is going to be made manifest that you were never a part of Yahweh elect.
Unless they repent and come running to us. Because that's what's going to happen. Those that are amongst them, that they're like, damn, man, oh shit, GMS got a point.
Right.
Eventually they're going to wake up. I mean, we got the facts. We got the evidence. At this point, you can't see it. The Lord don't like you, shit.
Yeah, real quick, I got some.
No, that's the point.
Because what it is the vision is speaking, and that's what's all leading up to. Real quick, Slack, you got something?
No, I'm saying I think.
All right, Con. Real quick, this is Habakkuk 2 and 2 in the NLT. Con. It says, then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. And that's the point. All right, the prophets of the Lord, the true seers, are going to be carrying the correct message of the Lord. The scriptures tell you in Sirach, the 24th chapter, that he will make his doctrine to shine as prophecy, man. Okay, so just like the apostles been prophesying for decades about this chip, and now it's actually manifested more into our reality, as well as World War III, as well as all the other aspects of this vision. This is that correct message. Okay, told you not to take the jab, it was poison. What happened? Once the vision manifested that it was poison, then you understood a prophet was amongst you. Well, going into this chip and the transition of society is going to be the same thing. The Lord is just dropping off different signs and tokens for you to catch. You got to preach.
Yep. Ezekiel 33.
That's the spirit. That's what I got.
Yeah, and that's because we've been saying this was coming, and now we have the proof to show you. Like, nigga, you can't get it. We told you before this shit was even happening. You know what I'm saying? We beginning with the apostles. Now it's here. We got the on fucking Forbes magazine website. Yeah. Go ahead, though, first.
I'm gonna read the first couple verses and I'll jump down to the point. Ezekiel 33 and 3. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, and going back to Revelation 12 and 12, coming down with great wrath, because you know he had but a short time, which is why we going into this system, this infrastructure being set up for this exact prophecy that we're about to go into. It said the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, which that's us, which again, that's why we have present you with this information, because we're the watchmen. It says, if he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, because that's what we're doing, and been doing, starting from apostles on down. It says, and whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet and take not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Verse 33.
And real quick, we brought that out at camp. You know, and this is what we've been sent out to do. You know, it ain't, we don't profit you know, us going out onto the highways and byways, it don't profit us now. We ain't making money whether we teach you the truth or a lie. So it don't matter to us, okay, whether you want to get it or not. But what we telling you is to save your soul, man. These dudes are actually making money off of teaching lies. You've had people on what's these Genesis dudes say that, you know, their own comic board tell them, like, yo, you said you would teach all nations could be saved if you wanted to make money.
Yeah.
You know? And so what makes you think that these other groups ain't doing the same thing with other parts of the scriptures?
Remember they had Sakari University.
Right, yeah.
They was charging motherfuckers in there to learn.
Right.
And now they just changed the whole doctrine. So pretty much you pay for something that they don't even teach no more.
Right.
What the fuck?
That's why people was asking for a refund.
Too bad, nigga. Shit.
But we're teaching you the truth because we want your blood, you know, whether you be saved or not, we want that blood off our hands.
That's right.
Because we've been commanded to go out onto the highways and byways to bid them onto the marriage. I believe the brother Markai brought that part out at camp. Okay, we've been those that are worthy, not those that are just every and anybody to come in because we need to fill, we need bodies and seats.
Yeah.
That's not what we need, man.
But now you got Sons of Thunder at Hanukkah with the Brotherhood of Muslims or whatever the hell they're called. Some Muslims at their Hanukkah feast. So these jakes are through, man. They just want the Lord ain't gathering all Israel, man. How the hell you gonna be fellowshipping with a goddamn Muslim at a feast? You know, niggas had the shirt Sons of Thunder on, the Muslim niggas standing there with the little hat. Like, what the hell is this?
One more point before you continue out, because what the Lord is doing, and you clearly see, is the reason why these people coming together is because the Lord is gathering them up to sift them. We being kept from everybody else, so the Lord is storing us in the storehouse. That's why we ain't going, we ain't trying to mingle with these other groups. Because the Spirit of the Lord is keeping us in the storehouse, man. The true prophets of Yahweh Shemi Ashai, with the rest of y'all all coming together with all these nonsense, because the Lord's getting ready to sift y'all like wheat.
What they said, what the unity shit camp or whatever they had recently, they said, leave the doctrines at home. Brotherhood before doctrines. Like what? Where's that in the scriptures? That, but again, like I said, that's what the Lord's doing. He's separating the sheep from the goat. Everybody running to the wide and broad. They having parties and festivals, inviting Muslims.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're on the straight and narrow.
Yeah. Hey, in the back of brother, it's a mark. That's a mark. What the Lord is doing right now, like, bro, he's marking.
Well, that's what Captain Desire said. He said he got the mark. Well, that's the mark he got. The mark of judgment.
Believe it. You know, ain't no excuse now.
Yep.
Once the brothers go into this information, dog,
Well, and that's
no
what
excuse.
in that video, he was like, "What is the chip gonna do?" Like, bro, you don't know. He don't know about digital. They don't know. Or like the apostle say, maybe he paid to not know. Because at this point, like, how can you fucking? That just means they're all into their gimmicks. They're not looking shit up. They're not looking into this stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's why Apostle Tahar asked $1 million question. He said, "Do you have the chip?"
Yeah.
And then he knows the answer is going to be no. Okay, so then how are you buying and selling?
Right.
Well, he said we have the MOTB.
Yeah.
But yeah, because he said everybody got it.
Right.
And so I thought, well, he said you could. The dude asked him about Revelation 14. You can repent. Can you repent from it?
But
And then he said he went on a whole circumlocution, never answered the questions. These people are through, man.
He never heard of that too. He said he never heard.
Yeah, right.
MOTB. Come
Right.
on, bro, stop playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These people are acting plain stupid.
Space cadets.
Yeah. Clearly they sold out. But go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, but going back to the trumpet, all right, because here it is now. that trumpet that you're blowing, it's not, it's out of tune because here
Oh.
it is. It's like all this technology is being laid, the groundwork is here, and you blowing a trumpet that,
Timely sound.
yeah, on time, like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? That breakdown probably worked 10, 20 years ago.
Talking about the nations.
You know, it's what you do with your hand and in your forehead and
spiritual.
oh, okay, cool. That probably worked 10, 20 years ago, but bro, here it is.
2025.
2025, shit is digital. The infrastructure is laid. It's not making the right sound.
But it doesn't coexist inside with the vision.
Yeah, because they never even, well, IUIC mentioned it here and there about the digital currency, but no other camps addressing this digital currency. And again, we're going to show you that this will happen in the next coming weeks, if not days. They were bullshitting around. That's why we urge it. A sit down. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 and 3. It's like Ezekiel 33 verse 33. And when it's cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
And it's here. Like, it was for a appointed time, like in Habakkuk too, brother was reading. But now it's here. It's happening. This is on Forbes.com. Stable coins just got their rule book. Now the real competition begins. That's what it's going to be. It's CBDC, stable coins, which we're going to get into in the chat. That's going to be the commoner's money. You're going to be using stable coins and or CBDCs because every bank's going to have a stable coin. You're going to have a Bank of America stable coin. You're going to have a PNC Bank stable coin, so on and so forth. But the banks aren't going to be wanting to use, let's say Bank of America is not going to use PNC Bank's stable coin. So there has to be a bridge there.
Right.
And so when you go, you're going to be able to go to the store soon and just use crypto or whatever stable coin, which stable coin is a crypto. The fiat currency is done. You know, so again, there's going to be a bridge between all these stable coins because people talking about CBDCs and stable coins. Okay, there's going to be plenty of CBDCs and stable coins. How are you going to? There's got to be something to transition them or convert it. We're going to show you what, which is the backbone of the market of beast infrastructure, like we went into a couple of weeks ago.
Cause of all.
Yep. But let me just read a little bit on this article because the rule book is they're being regulated now. Because the reason banks haven't been using this because it wasn't regulated.
Right.
Well, that's why it says with the Genius Act, which happened this year, advancing through Congress, the Clarity Act, which is coming. They were supposed to pass it this month, but they pushed it to the next month, beginning of January. It says act defining regulatory boundaries and the rescission of SAB 121, which was let's just look that up real quick. SAB 121. Okay, something about accounting. Okay, so something financial, obviously. Removing a major barrier for banks holding digital assets. Everything's going digital. If the banks are about to start using digital assets, you phony Israelites got some explaining to do. How do you buy and sell with the money you get from the bank, right? So here goes the digital assets the banks are using. The United States is finally stepping into the role of a primary architect of stablecoin policy. Yeah, America's trying to get ahead. People think just because the fiat currency is done with, the US dollar, USD dollar is done. Yeah, of course it is. But America's still going to have the control through this Ripple and the XRP. Okay? Yeah, the US, they don't care about the US dollar. They know it's done. This shit.
Yeah, they purposely driving it down to the ground.
Now it's time for, and this has been the people that are behind Ripple and XRP, this going back to the 90s. They've been trying to do this. You know, ain't gonna go too much into it, but who you got to go into who funded Ripple to start, who funded XRP development. You find out it's Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Just so happened to be some of the founders of PayPal, which was X.com originally, which was their whole purpose was to make it. That was like their trial run, which is still around today as PayPal, but it was X.com. Their whole purpose, as they said in this documentary, Elon Musk said in this documentary, this was the first digital bank. In the documentary, he said that this is the first digital bank. And here we are over shit, because I think it was like 98, 97 around there. So 20 something, 27 years, 28 years later, they're back again, funding the president. And then, so guess what? Guess what J.D. Vance school, he went to the same school Peter Thiel did. Peter Thiel used to speak at the schools. He was like his little entourage, or his how do you say, not crony, but he his mentor.
Protege, yeah.
Yeah, his protege. J.D. Vance was Peter Thiel's protege. So that's why he's crypto friendly. So this has all been in the works. All the people that are in, that Trump put up there, they're all pro crypto people. But it says,
That's why they call it a technocracy.
there you go. And now we know, because think about it, Peter Thiel owns all the surveillance. You know, Peter Thiel owns a Planeteer, right? So that he owns all the surveillance. Elon Musk owns all of the communications, space. What's that shit? The satellites, Starlink,
Oh, sorry.
SpaceX, X, which is Twitter, which is the biggest platform right now for communication, really. And guess what? He named it X. That's what they started with. You know what I'm saying? X. They started with X.com, which is now PayPal, and they're ending with X.com, now, which is formerly Twitter. But yeah, that's it on that. I ain't gonna read the whole article, obviously. But this is happening, and again, let's see. These big companies know what's coming. Get that? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. I'm gonna read that one, because we. Matter of fact, we see what the other couple translations say too.
Yep, I got it in the NLT.
Kind of go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11 in the NLT. So that Satan will not outsmart us.
Yeah, see, Esau can't even outsmart us. We're ahead of him already. We already know what his end game is. So when we see it, we're like, oh, okay, this is how he's gonna do it. You know, we're able to see it now because again, it's happening now. Go ahead.
For we are familiar with his evil schemes.
We're familiar with his schemes. When they passed the digital ID, mandatory digital ID in England, what did they call it? On their own website, they said digital ID scheme on their own website. And what it was, and what in the King James, it doesn't say scheme, it says a plot. How does it go?
Devices.
Devices. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11 in the King James. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Mm-hmm. So while see that it say we not, everybody else is ignorant to it, including people that know the Israelites. Not everybody got the eyesight to see, even though. But again, you think these niggas in IURC is looking up articles about finance? They're worried about the purple t-shirt, iron that motherfucker. They probably iron that bitch in the morning. They make sure the fringes. Oh, that one's missing the fringe. Can't wear it. Nah, man. We actually looking into these things that are happening globally. And again, we brought that article out. That was in America. Here it is. Bank of Canada wants stablecoins to be backed by high quality liquid assets. So what's ultimately that liquid asset going to be? That XRP. Bank of Japan. They're set to rise. Interest rates, but let me get this on Grok here, because we asked it. Where is Ripple? Well, I'll start at the top and say I asked it, how many countries has Ripple XRP started working with? And if you don't know what Ripple or XRP is, you're gonna have to go back to 2-3 weeks ago and watch Volume 1, because this is Volume 4. All right. Then it said over 50, some numbers say 55, some numbers say 50, but over 50 countries that they're already in, okay? Ripple, the company. Go ahead.
The last volume, I think it was over
In
200 to 300 in Miami.
Oh, yeah. Well, those are banks.
Oh,
Those are banks. These are countries.
Okay.
Yeah. But but over, it's probably 4 something over, banks around the world that they're already integrated. Ripple's already established with them, ready to go. They're just waiting for the opportunity. And this is what people don't even know, that they've been doing this for over a decade. They've been behind the scenes testing with different banks. They were in America. They were built in America. They had that whole lawsuit, which was probably bullshit to keep people away from it in the first place. And then boom, all of a sudden,
SEC.
the SEC. And then, so now they're the only ones that have the complete guidelines and regulatory, because they were scrutinized right through the court.
Right.
They got the green light because they meet all the standards because they were in the court. So they had it. So that's the only blockchain crypto that's ready to go, A+ ready to go. So it's again 400 or what is it, 400 banks,
About 400.
and then 550 something countries. And here's the major players really. Japan. Okay, that's the first one. What's about to happen in Japan tomorrow? Bank of Japan said to raise interest rates to 30-year high, and that's happening tomorrow. All right.
They've had 0 interest.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why people use the yen because it's cheap. But that's by the reverse. That's why it's gonna. Well, we're not gonna go too into it, but that's gonna make the market reverse. And they're gonna have to when everything crashes and Japan's ready to go. Or it says Japan, one of the strongest hubs with deep ties to the SBI holdings and SBI remit for remittances in USD, Brazil, UAE, Dubai, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, India, US, UK, Europe, Portugal, Canada, South Korea. So these people are ready to go with Ripple or XRP to be that bridge. Okay, where did chat go? To be the bridge. Like we mentioned earlier, between all the stable coins and all the CBDCs, you need a bridge. Just like now, it's Swift, right? What you read earlier about Swift? Yeah. Right now, the majority of transactions go worldwide is through Swift. And then what about the markets? You need something to translate all that if everything goes digital. Even the bonds, the treasuries, the securities, all that's about to be tokenized and be on a blockchain. If you're not gonna be able to trade or nothing unless it goes through that blockchain.
And countries like China, pretty much the BRICS nations, they went away from the SWIFT system since COVID.
Yep, the BRICS,
and they had their own system, and that's why they're able to do trade, using digital currencies.
Well, that's what Venezuela been doing.
Digital yuan, the rupee,
and it's backed by gold.
Exactly. Yeah. But they've gone off that SWIFT system to something that's a lot easier, and that's what they've been selling to these other nations that have been joining them. All right, I believe Pakistan started doing some deals, Saudi Arabia doing some deals with their oil to those nations over there. So everything's already, put out there to make this change, and it's been put out there in the minds of Americans that somewhat know what's going on geopolitically. To understand that this system that's currently in place has to go. And that's why you hear a bunch of people talking about the Great Reset, because it's gotten to the point now, and brothers brought it out earlier, that, the vision is yet for an appointed time. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, it talks about that we see clearly now. Okay. It said, you saw partly before, but now we see as face to face. Okay. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these things for what they are now because the acts are put in place. All right, the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, these other
the digital infrastructure bill or
the
something
applications.
like that.
The applications have been submitted.
AI.
They've been approved. AI is out there to govern all this.
Planeteer.
The personnel are in place.
That's why again, who did Trump hire to clean up the government?
Right.
The department. Elon Musk, Doge, right? So they called it Doge, like the Dogecoin, right?
Oh,
Brother, they're mocking you people. But what did he do? Elon Musk went in there and fired thousands of people. Why? Because AI is coming.
That's right.
AI, they don't need them motherfuckers. AI is about to rule the government and the Fed, all that.
I got something for you. This is technocracy. It says technocracy, the government or control of society or industry by an elite of technical experts. You got it, priest.
That's what we see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we see out there. Elon Musk. Finkel, was that Fink?
Yeah, from
Larry
Fink.
Larry Fink. All these dudes, the Palantir guy, all these guys that are being put in place in government to make certain policy changes. What do you think they're gonna make the changes for?
And again, these motherfuckers been working with each other for decades, and people don't even know it. You think they just all of a sudden started working together? You gotta look into the PayPal mafia. Let me see. Let me look it up.
They've been at Davos. These guys have been at the World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
These guys been shaking hands for decades, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You had that recent council with Donald Trump and the 3 billionaire techs.
Oh yeah, that was at his inauguration. What you do?
Oh,
Yeah, when he was inaugurated in, what was all these technocrats doing around him?
Yeah, nobody voted them in.
The Moabite,
Right.
you had
They
the
bought
Moabite,
themselves.
some Edomite. I think it was an Elamite, something like that.
Oracle, I believe.
Yeah, from Oracle.
Hey, real quick,
OpenAI.
check this out. I typed it in. I ain't making this shit up. PayPal Mafia. The PayPal Mafia is a nickname for a group of former PayPal employees and founders. I'll just go down. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, Max Levchin, so on and so forth. But I guarantee you a lot of these guys are still around in the background calling shots at these tech companies.
Yep.
Look, well, it tells you. Elon Musk, CEO, X, Tesla, X Corp. This nigga's obsessed with X. PayPal. Founders Fund. Peter Thiel. See, it says Peter Thiel Founders Fund. Founders Fund is who funded Ripple. That's where they got the majority of their money from. Founders Fund, aka Peter Thiel. JD Vance started that. Remember that company we were talking about, where JD Vance associated with, where they go and buy farmland?
Oh, yeah.
Guess who gave him the startup money? Peter Thiel. Let's see. Reid Hoffman, Great Log Partners, Link. Okay, whatever. PayPal, Firm, Airbnb. This is Keith Rabio, Square, Yelp. Square, what's Square? A payment. Put it on your phone. Just swipe a card. So these niggas have been in. Look, these niggas, 3 of them, YouTube created the video. Okay. Planeteer. Ooh, look at that. These 3 dudes from Planeteer. Sequoia Capital. So there you go, man.
Hey, I remember back during that shit. That Square, that shit's old.
Yeah.
That was like that first introduction to the public of like.
Yep. The taps and swipes.
That's it goes show you, but they've been
They've
working on
been doing
shit.
this, bro. Again, they're the first ones that did the digital bank. So of course they're gonna be in the background. They're the ones calling the shots, really. Why think he's a billionaire? These niggas are billionaires. They got more money than Trump, shit. But they're still less illuminators. They ain't got the money to. Yeah. But they don't have the money like the Rothschilds. They're probably related to them, but they're just they're the front men. Yeah, they're the front men. But they're the because that you watch this nigga Elon Musk. You watch the interview. This nigga got to be autistic or something. This nigga, he ain't firing on all cylinders. Shit.
Yeah, he ain't a genius.
I mean, maybe they are. But they're usually because they're real. That's what I'm saying. He's autistic. Them motherfuckers don't think the same. But he got something. He on the spectrum for sure. But he might be a genius. The Lord gave him to create all these things because they had it. That's how you know it's the Spirit of the Lord. The Spirit of the Lord had them making digital banks in the 90s.
Take a certain mind for that.
Hey, real quick, because I remember, that was 2009 when that Square
come.
Yeah, 09.
Yeah.
I know that shit was old, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the Lord just like showing that he's using Esau on the left hand side to fulfill prophecy.
Yep.
It's I got a scripture for you too to back up this point, but it's not him. It's the Lord letting knowledge increase.
Just like the missiles, he gave him the knowledge to make missiles. But real quick before you read that, that's why this has been a progression. Now that everything's in place, so this is all leading to. So now we can just put it in your ass because you're gonna have to depend on the system that we're setting up, and these niggas can't see it. These are bug outs.
It's like when as you were speaking, the priest, like bro, it's like what do serpents do? When you look at them, like they move real subtle before they actually strike. They prey.
Right.
That's him moving throughout all these decades, throughout this.
Wow.
Moving the system, but when it comes time to strike, he's so precise with the bite. When the bite come, oh man, you already it's too late for you to even know how to respond to the venom.
Yeah, because he done changed his form. That's what a serpent also does too. The serpent sheds its skin and gets bigger, and that's what he did through these industrial revolutions.
He started from a garden snake to the whole dragon now.
Yes. Revelation, yeah. The old serpent, the dragon. That's
Which is
why.
the system of
Yeah.
beast
Exactly.
system.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why we need, bro. When you get technical, or you want to get technical, bro, we need Yahweh Shai to get out of this system.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the mark that we have, the Dawah, is the Rakakwadash, ultimately to get out of this this system, man, to escape through the faith. Cause ain't no way out of this. After this system, dog, this dude is looking to put this E-tag in you, bro.
And it's gonna start to move quickly.
Right.
Because this is about to happen, man. He's about to set this new system up. He's gonna implement these digital coins, stable coins and CBDCs. Your bank's gonna tell you, okay, there's gonna be a bank run for sure. We've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
There will be a bank run in these coming days, I dare say, or weeks. Either way, there will be a bank run, and all these idiots are gonna go get money, wait in line, not even get money for nothing because it's gonna be no good.
Serpent.
Trying to put it in exchanges.
Yeah, yeah, good luck. Well, that's the shit most people, these average people out here wouldn't even know what that is. The exchange, what you talking about? These people are through.
Like the money change.
But that's why Esau's making it easy. Now you can through Google Pay and Apple Pay, you can buy crypto now on there. But one day it's gonna be an app, an automatic update. But then it's gonna, you're gonna turn the phone on. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna walk you through. You can buy crypto. They'll have tell you on the news because the apostle said, it's gonna be on the apps first. Then eventually it's gonna, but all this is gonna be tied to a digital ID. Go ahead, though. In which I asked ChatGPT about that.
Real quick, Revelation 12:7, point is verse 9. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. So Michael, the angel right underneath Yahweh Shai, coming back to basically declare war, starting with Esau, Edom first, on this whole system, man. That war being fought in heaven, meaning the skies, man. All right?
Yep. Realm against realm. Just like that.
Hold up. Speaking of that, tomorrow is a
Oh,
3i
yeah.
Atlas.
Yeah.
And Japan race. So tomorrow's gonna be interesting.
And then what Europe, they set that whole drill to prepare for a threat.
For Russia.
A threat from outer space.
Oh, okay,
For the three-eye Atlas, So, what they said, to prepare for an outer threat, basically, from
We're
outer
gonna be
space.
ready.
It's supposed to show what the priest is doing on the right hand side too. We always speak on the left hand side, priests. Them putting up these enchantments. Look at what the right hand side.
Because they're about to do something behind the scenes.
Yes.
And we're showing you what they're about to do soon.
Yep.
They're about to crash the system. You're gonna be wondering what's going on.
Yes.
Yep.
Blackout.
Because they're about to reset it.
So Revelation 12:7 is talking about the so-called UFOs
Okay.
returning and going against this system. All right. It says, and the dragon fought against his angels and prevailed not, so they're gonna lose. Neither was their place found any more in heaven, so their position, their authority. All right. Basically, as we go into the earth is gonna be under new management.
Yep.
Okay. And it's the point, verse 9. And that great dragon was cast out. Talking about Esau, Edom, that old serpent, like you brothers was just spoken on. That old started as a small,
Garden snake.
snake,
Yeah.
which is parabolic,
Yeah, exactly.
but it started as a small garden snake into this huge
Old serpent.
whole
Yeah.
serpent,
Dragon.
like you, the analogy you gave, him shedding and it's getting bigger.
Yeah, because when you think about it, when you use that analogy of the serpent being a small garden snake, that was sin. Like his philosophies polluting the earth. It was at a small state in the beginning.
Because it was a small start from a small lie.
Yep.
That little lie
Turned into a big.
turned to because
dragon.
what? Once you lie, you got to keep chasing that lie.
Right.
And keep lying and lying and lying and lying. So he's been lying ever since then. He's been lying, so he's been chasing that lie.
Right.
That's why he's weary.
Yeah.
He
And the multitude of his counsels, like, cause he's deceived, but it's so much. Now he done lie, bro. I gotta back you up. You done lie so much to now you gotta tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. That's what the chariot is here. That's why everything is coming out. You done lied so much So the truth has to come out now.
And it's the point. Fuck what he's saying. Look what his actions. Look what he's doing. Right? So he's lying, but his actions is leading him right to prophecy.
That's right.
Hold on, I thought you said that you wasn't going to do this. But his actions is actually showing what prophecy is prophesied him to do.
Like Trump, you know, he's a
You
prime
right.
example because all he talked about prior to him coming into office again was he didn't start no new wars. Well, now he's over here blowing up boats in the Caribbean.
And he was against
Crypto.
crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was against crypto. Now what? He passed a whole fucking.
Everybody that he's surrounded, he's surrounded by crypto guys.
Yeah.
Well, you got pictures of the CEOs and the creators of XRP and Ripple smiling with him at the White House.
And they giving him crypto.
Yep.
So it's like you can't defute, what Trump is getting ready to put into play, man.
Yeah.
Passing all these different laws, bringing in the AI infrastructure.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's structuring everything so that he could profit.
Motherfucker had his own
And his
coins.
business partners.
And his family.
Right, yeah, exactly. He has his own coin.
The Trump coin, which that shit was a rug pull, but shit, either way, he showed you that he's into the crypto shit.
That's the last verse. It says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, the deceiver, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." All right, and the whole world's about to be deceived.
Yeah.
All right, and receiving that mark, because they're gonna chip majority of the people.
And watch what ChatGPT is gonna say about that. Once I start asking about the mark, it's good. You got well. I'll let it say it for itself. That was it on that double.
Yeah.
So let me just read this a little bit of this, and I'm gonna skip some of it because it tried to give me that ISUPK breakdown when I mentioned the chip, but then I re-asked it. But I asked it, could XRP Ripple be the new bridge for world digital currency stablecoins? Short answer, yes. XRP could function as a global bridge for digital currencies and stablecoins, and that is exactly the role Ripple has been engineering for over a decade. But it's not guaranteed yet, it is, and there are consensus. So pretty much, it's just gonna break down what bridge currencies are. So it shows you a bridge asset is not a currency people spend. That's why. Well, it's gonna tell you people don't really understand what XRP is gonna do. Which it meant is it says it's a neutral intermediary used to move value between different currencies, stablecoins, and payment systems instantly. That's what Swift does. That's what this is going to do it all, and it's instant, 3 to 5 seconds.
Yep, Swift was days
Days.
or weeks, depending on the amount.
High fees, yeah.
Fees on both ends.
And that's why they switched it to ISO 222, all right, to make these different stable coins to move faster, right along with XRP.
And everything's going to move like stable coins.
Yeah.
Everything's going to move like digital or crypto. ISO 200, it's going to move information too.
Yeah.
Just like an email, but even quicker now. But so pretty much just gives you an example, USD, XRP. So if you had USD and you need to send it to Europe, well, XRP will change it. You got USDC, which is a stable coin. XRP would change it to the Japanese yen, yen stable coin. So on and so CBDC's country A, XRP's in the middle to country B, CBDC.
The future of transactions.
Exactly. This is the middleman, if you will, or bridge.
Yeah, for you Israelites out there, it's like Western Union.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And they're about to go out of business because they're talking about, oh, we're gonna make a stable coin. For what? Why the fuck would anybody use Western Union anymore?
300% interest.
Yeah.
Right.
On that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that nigga terms. That's the nigga terms, what that brother just said.
Yeah.
Western Union.
So it says the bridge asset must be extremely liquid, meaning it has to have the liquidity to move those big trillions of dollars, if not quadrillions. So it got to be worth that much. Neutral, not issued by one government, which, yeah, they can say that, but we know who controls it. America does. It was made here in America. The niggas are all buddy-buddy with the government, so come on. Again, America is going to be the middleman for all the transactions still. You still going to have to use, yeah, it's not going to be called a USD or dollar, but it's going to be called XRP, but it's still American shit. Fast settlements, cheap to transact, able to scale globally. XRP was specifically designed for this role.
Yeah, and
Specifically.
and you know, specific that design for that, you know, isn't coincidental. You also have all those little points that the brother just read fall right into line with what's that net zero carbon
agenda.
yeah, carbon net
Yeah.
zero agenda
Mhm.
all falls in line.
Yeah.
Because when you can do something fast
Yep.
with very little effort or you know energy needed to do this, hey, you're saving. You're saving the environment.
Yep. Meanwhile, the data centers is eating up energy.
Right.
I got a quick precept.
Good.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right. So going into, that falling away, going back to around 70 AD when we fled from Jerusalem. All right. That day that's not going to come is the day of the Lord until these prophecies are fulfilled, which the man of sin, the son of perdition, is revealed in these times. As the priest was just mentioning, the whole ideology, their whole belief system, going into that net zero, going into this whole fourth industrial revolution, this great reset, all right, that they're setting up the whole digital infrastructure of to manifest the central banking currencies to ultimately push the MOTB. All right, this is an agenda that they're pushing for total control. They want total control, all right, and through that process, they're going to destroy the earth. Because here it is, they're telling you that the earth is, it's destroyed because there's too much human beings on the planet. The cows are farting. This is all coexisting side with their doctrine that they're teaching to bring in this system. Okay, so we're not just just linking this up with it. This is a whole system, that's coming together.
It's enchantments too, because it's nothing new. That's why I like it. So can I bring it?
Come on, one more verse.
Yeah.
That's it.
Back.
Yep. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
And this is his way of doing it because this is going to be total control. Everything's going to have to go through XRP or blockchains in general, because they have a few other blockchains, but this is specifically designed to do what's coming.
Yep.
Real quick, just to back what the brother just said, Luke 19:43. For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee and compass thee round and keep thee in on every side.
Yeah, that's why everything from transactions to your digital ID to everything to assets, cars, houses is going to be tokenized. Everything will be on a blockchain or it doesn't exist.
Your carbon footprint, everything, all that is going to be tied to all this.
And it's going to be instant communication 24/7. Monitoring 24/7.
They'll be able to do micropayments to the individual and that's one thing when I was explaining
While
this
you're
to
working,
Jake. I think I mentioned it to brothers before. Is that nations are using this, are going to use this, and governments are going to use this, but where it comes in onto the individual is going to be those micropayments and what the XRP allows you to do is fractions of a penny.
Fractions and fractions.
Yeah. Going into that.
You flush the toilet. Deducted instantly.
And how they're gonna keep track of that as we go into for time to time, the internet of bodies. They're gonna connect you into this digital grid. You gotta appreciate it.
That's what they want to do with the chip ultimately. But everything around you is already working for them. Your phone, the phone knows when you flush the toilet. You best believe that.
And real quick, Quan, before you get that word there, Luke 19 and 43 for trench is charagma. I'll just get it real quick. I'll read the precept. It says, for the days shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee. And this did happen because this is a twofold prophecy. This happened and took place with 70 AD. Because when the Romans came, they literally put a whole fence barrier around Jerusalem so that they couldn't let no food, no water come in, and they had a complete siege over Jerusalem. And that's what Esau Edom is going to do again with the new trench, which is this right here, what we're going into.
Backing up 2 Thessalonians 15, locking down the city too.
So real quick, just to prove, is actually karax. The word for trench is karax. Okay, and this is how Esau, Edom, is gonna get put, encompass
This is
you
leading
around.
to that.
Yeah.
Everything about your life is gonna revolve around this new system.
So he's bro. This is great, bro. He's not giving up the kingdom because he know that we found out we the jewels of the Lord. No, he's coming down with serious wrath, and that's something that our people are not tapped into. They're not tapped into seriousness. So when they actually find out how serious this guy is about his kingdom and his throne, it's gonna be too late for you, man. But that's why the Lord has the men of the Lord set up, man. I got something for you, brothers, real quick. I'm gonna jump down. This is Nahum 3:1, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 5 in the GNT. Nahum 3:1 in the GNT. Doom is the lying and murderous city. So doom is set for this lying and murderous city here, because it's nothing new that this devil is doing. All he's doing is conjuring up a great enchantment against the Most High. That's all he's doing, bro. Pursuing the Numbers, the 24th chapter. Everything about Esau is just a conjuring up of spells, and demonic energy. But we're not under that enchantment.
Right.
That's why Scripture saying on Numbers 33, there's no enchantment against Jacob. That's speaking specifically into us. That's why the elder priests are tapped in. We tapped in like this, man, in the spirit, going into the channeling of this guy's digital system, and how it's ultimately going to lead to his device, because we are not what we brought out earlier. We are not ignorant of his devices, man.
Yeah, and that's heavy that you stated that, because going back to Revelations, the 13th chapter, going into the mark of the beast system, right? Going into that actual device that you're going to need to buy and sell. In the previous verse, I believe verse 14, it says by the means of what? Miracles. So that's a part of his enchantment that Jake is going to be caught up in, because what's coexisting inside with this system is also transhumanism, where here it is, you're turning people into cyborg, people that had disabilities, you're giving them abilities to be able to walk they couldn't see.
The miracles.
These are these miracles, So, but Jake is going to look at it in that sense. We, on the other hand, we're not going to be ignorant of his devices because we're sober. We're not drunken off of his philosophy. He's just backing you up.
Yeah, Jake is going to look at that as salvation. We're looking at it as deception.
That's right.
That's what according to the scriptures say. That chip is going to be Jake 2/3 salvation. But to us, dog, you got deceived.
That's right.
Jump down to the point. You brothers got it. Numbers. Numbers. This is Nahum 3 and verse 4 and verse 5 in the GNT. Nahum 3 and verse 4. Nineveh, the whore is being punished. This XRP, the chip, right? It says, attractive and full of deadly charms. She enchanted nations and enslaved them. The Lord Almighty says, I will punish you, Nineveh. I will strip you naked.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the XRP is the enchantment. The enchantment's going to be, this is the crypto's the new way to fix what's going on, because people ain't gonna know what the fuck XRP is. But when they find out, they still not gonna know what it is. They're just gonna hear about it, but people ain't gonna know what it is. They're not gonna be using XRP.
Right.
But no, you good. But that's gonna be the enchantment's gonna be when Esau tells you, look, because the shit's gonna be in the gutter, and he's gonna come with a solution. He said, look, now we're gonna go to stable coins and tokenization and all that, and CBC. We're going away from fiat currency.
Which they already prepared for.
Exactly. Yeah. Most people don't even use money at this point.
Nobody uses cash. Definitely not fucking pennies and quarters and dimes and shit. When the last time you got 20 cents? No.
Phasing that out.
You don't see that no more, man.
So that's what they're gonna enchant and bamboozle, because they're gonna be in a bad position. They're gonna want a way out. Go ahead, though.
Yep. It's like in the water too, bro. Nahum 3 verse 5 in the GNT says, the Lord Yahweh Almighty says, I will punish you, Nineveh. I will strip you naked and let the nations see you in all your shame. I will treat you with contempt and cover you with filth. People will stare at your horror. Yep, that's it, man. This place is getting ready to be full of shame and contempt. Once the Most High ultimately, show, because the Lord will let us have our abundance in this time, going back to backing up the priest. This is for us, man. All right. But when the Lord actually show the filth, and what you actually want to do, hey, we gonna be out of here, man.
Yeah.
We know when they pull out, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna say use the world and not abuse it. We don't know when to. Nah, y'all, you going too far, man.
When to draw the
You know?
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Lord is exposing them now, like that scripture the priest just read. You know, lifting up the skirts. That's the secret parts. You know, these are secret agendas that the typical population is not well aware of. All of these series of events that's transpiring on the earth, that's all linking up. It's a road that's leading you somewhere. The world, the typical Jake out there does not have a clue. That's why the scripture says that day shall come upon him as a thief in the night. It's going to come unexpected because what? Jake is in a sleep state. They're not aware that what's going on with this whole infrastructure, all of these different tariff wars and all this economic woes. They not. Why is the price on goods going up? Jake don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, and speaking of enchantments, that's why Trump went up there yesterday. That was an enchantment. The economy's great. All that bullshit. That was an enchantment to sue the people back to sleep for what's coming.
Yep. And that's what's that? Psalms 55 and 21. That his words were smooth as butter, but war was in his heart. You know?
Yeah, he gonna announce war soon. But let me keep reading a little bit more because it's gonna get good. It says why Ripple XRP is uniquely positioned for this. XRP is an asset agnostic. It could deal with everything: fiat, stablecoins, tokenized treasuries, CBDCs. XRP just bridges value between stablecoins. Okay, let me skip a little bit of this. So it's just telling you the other stablecoins. That's why XRP is going to be used because Ethereum got a stablecoin. So there's other stablecoins. But it says without the bridge, you get fragmented liquidity, delays, counterparty risk. XRP solves that by acting as a single liquidity layer. Ripple already works with the exact institutions that matter. It's already happening. Ripple is not chasing retail hype. They target central banks, payment corridors, foreign exchange desks, liquidity providers, market makers. So that's pretty much the whole economy. They've engaged with BIS, which is Bank of International Settlements, related initiatives, multiple CBDC pilots, cross-border payment corridors in Asia, Middle East, Latin America, and Africa. That's not accidental. That's infrastructure positioning. It's not a stable coin. Okay, skip that. That's good. Okay. Let me skip down to the next question because this goes into more technical things. But I said, with that being said, in most countries moving towards CBDC or stablecoins, could this ultimately lead to a complete digital financial system? It said yes. That is the direction the world is moving toward. Not overnight, not uniformly, but structurally and inevitable, or inevitably. The global system is shifting toward a predominantly digital system architecture. Let's separate what's likely. So here we go. We've been telling you this. The whole world is going to go digital, right? So if the financial system's going digital, your identification is going digital, everything is going digital. CBDCs. So I'll skip to the next question because it's going to again going into some more detail. But you don't need to understand it down to the detail. We're doing it for you. Just and explain it to you in simplest terms. Where XRP fits into a fully digital system. If the world goes digital, interoperability becomes mandatory. That microchip ultimately. Liquidity efficiency becomes critical. Neutral bridges become systematically important. XRP doesn't benefit from digital money existing. It benefits from digital money needing to move across borders at scale, which is where the mass money moves around. And again, the everyday person, if they're not using if you're transacting with somebody that has the same coin as you, then you don't need the bridge. But that's not where the most money comes from, transactions. Bottom line, clear and honest, yes, the global system is moving toward predominantly digital finance. No, it won't be a single switch or a single authority. Yeah, okay. Yes, CBDCs and stablecoins, tokenization makes reversal unlikely. So, and then I said, how can this tie into Revelation 13 and 16 through 17? So it gave me some bullshit. It got this from the ISUPK playbook. Economic participation, conditional. So let me skip on to the next one because it's a mistake. I asked it. According to GMS Israelites, how could this digital infrastructure tie into Revelation? Below is an explanation, so it's going to say presented accurately, scripturally, and in the prophetic warning-oriented framework they use. So now it's going to say use our information. How GMS tie digital infrastructure to Revelation 13. The core TMS premise must be understood first. Esau, Edom, monster with a structure led by the U.S. and its allies. Revelation is not symbolic mythology, but real geopolitical prophecy. The beast system was Western global governance. ChatGPT's on point. Yeah. Get this man a garment. Prophecy unfolds through policy, economics, and control, not sci-fi imaginary. So when GMS look at digital finance, they ask, does this system give the beast power to control buying and selling globally? Here's the framework. And it gives you this precept we read earlier, GMS, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. GMS focuses on three elements: universal scope, small and great, rich and poor; economic enforcement, which what is going to be, well, let me just keep reading because we've been going into it.
Hey,
Buy or sell.
Real quick, up top it said to give the beast power to control buying and selling.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Exactly.
You can have your money no matter how much
Exactly.
money you got. It ain't gonna matter if you can't move it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he said, Captain Ryder said, what he say, the mark of a beast. Like, not the mark of the beast. He said a mark of a beast. And the dudes ain't right, man. Well, explain this. You telling me ChatGPT's lying? All this shit is verifiable. It says compulsion. Here's the compulsion, not voluntary participation.
That's right.
They argue that only a centralized digital system can fulfill this literally and globally. So clearly, what XRP is and Ripple is clearly linking up. Digital money, the enforcement mechanism, GMS view. According to GMS, cash allows evasion. Barter, according to us, barter allows resistance. Physical assets allow independence. A fully digitized financial system tracks all transactions.
So like it, because look, he said according to GMS, but this is according to reality.
Yeah.
What was Carl Slob saying? You will own nothing and be happy.
Total control. This is explaining it. How they're gonna get the total control before they get the chip in you.
Right.
They're setting it up the framework.
Yeah, that fully.
Go ahead.
No, that it says fully digitized financial system. That's tracking all your transactions, shutting off instantly, denying
Yeah, that's what it
access,
says.
owning nothing, and being happy with the fact that I can control and monitor.
And look what it says: makes compliance mandatory to survive.
Right. UBI.
Yep.
You know, universal basic income.
And you can't even eat. You're not gonna be able to buy no food. It says, what? Oh yeah, you had something.
Because if you tokenize everything, it's on that grid. So
Right,
technically,
exactly.
it don't belong to you.
Yeah, exactly.
So they say you own nothing.
Shit, people don't even know that their house is probably already, somebody tokenized it. And he owns it. Shit.
It's no different than these streaming apps right now. You don't own the rights to those
Yeah.
movies, but you have the access to them.
Yeah, the access.
Yeah.
So you have access to this home, but you don't own it.
Yep.
That's why they can take your video down when they want, because it's their platform.
Yeah.
They
That's
give you
heavy.
access to you.
It's like, you know why that's so heavy? Because they doing that with all different aspects of life. Right?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, from your stove,
Everything.
it went from fire to electrical now.
Yeah.
So they cut off your electricity, you done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Control your thermometer. You always
Smart,
I'm-
yeah, the smart
I'm
devices.
cold.
Yeah.
Nah,
They gonna
nigga,
turn that-
you're using up too much energy.
And your
Right.
fridge, you got a smart fridge, they might lock that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit don't open.
Yeah, your keys,
Yeah.
right? You gotta use the keypad. You just have physical keys.
Well, now
You know,
they got
certain
car
spots.
keys that you don't even need car keys no more. You can get an app on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, newer cars are coming out. All you need is an app on your phone. Your phone's in your pocket. You just open the door. You don't even gotta hit no buttons on the app. As long as you got the app on your phone, you just walk up to the car and take off. So what
Turn
you
it
think
on.
they can't put that into? Yeah, turn it on.
There's even
Turn it
one,
on.
I think it's Lexus, that you can actually back the car up with your phone.
Yeah, yep.
Get it into a parking lot.
So you think they not gonna put all this
But
on your and again, how you gonna access all this? How you which is gonna break it down? Watch, it's gonna break that. To access all of this, you're gonna need the key.
Yeah.
The chip is the key to get into the matrix.
Hey, real quick. That's why I want to say this real quick. Just a quick point, and that's why in the GNT or the NLT Revelation 3:10 it says, when this time comes, it's going to try those who belong to this world. It's going to try, because Job said, "Naked I came in, naked shall I return." So like brothers was going into that. I'm like, bro, we not none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't come here with none of this shit anyways.
Yeah.
But ooh, you know what I'm saying? But what's getting ready the hour, bro, and the NLT is gonna try people who down with the system.
Yeah, that didn't depart.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. That's why even foundational precepts coming into this fold. Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart. This not your rest. We done disattached ourselves from the system to not to be dependent or to be addicted to it.
Yeah, because and that's the thing. Once this shit happens, people ain't gonna be doing good. People are gonna be doing very bad, and they're gonna be just barely. If they're barely making it now, it's gonna get even worse for them. Then they're gonna the UBI, just to help them pay bills, because you probably gonna get fired because AI took your job until you can find a little gig that pays you, if you can get a job. So these people are gonna be doing bad and depending off the government for everything.
Yeah.
Everyone's bound to be. You're either gonna become rich or you're gonna be poor when this transit. That's why I said rich or poor. They know there's gonna be no middle class. You're either gonna have money or you don't.
Yeah, they already started stripping that away with the C-Vid situation. The
That was a trial run of what they about to do again. But they don't need niggas to put on masks anymore.
Yeah.
Well, let me keep reading this. So they teach digital finance is not the mark itself. It is the infrastructure that enforces the mark. The mark is not a microchip, important GMS doctrine. GMS repeatedly teach. I don't know what that. The mark is not the mark is not a jump shot, a literal barcode, a sci-fi implant. Instead, they define the mark as force, allegiance. Now I don't know what he's talking about.
Going on.
Yeah, but a forehead. Okay, let's skip over that. Yeah, see, so ChatGPT. Now we say it's an actual implant. All right.
A sci-fi, like I said, a sci-fi chip or something.
Yeah. Now, what you mean? See, but that's why I keep asking them more questions. They argue, okay, skip over that. Why GMS says the system targets Israelites. GMS teaches Israelites are scattered among the nations. Economic pressure is used to force submission. The mark is designed to break resistance and faith. There you go. The our temptation.
And Jake lives off the system. So
yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be pressured to change with the system changing itself.
You have no choice.
There's no choice. You don't get no benefits. You don't get no food stamps.
Yeah.
Warn to them that go down to Egypt.
Right.
So the Lord getting ready to make a great separation from Jake, depending on East. Bro, Jake gonna have to make, because it's all about Israel.
Yeah.
Jake gonna have to make the ultimate decision how the Lord got this shit set up.
Yeah.
You gonna trust in this nigga, or you gonna trust in me? And I had my man set up the whole time. We coming down to the wire in this thing, man. You know? You gotta go, brother.
So, let me go back up a little bit. One more. It says CBD. Well, I'll say GMS not argue that CBDCs goes to mark. Yeah, we don't say that CBDCs is the mark. They argue CBDCs eliminate financial escape routes. Stablecoin regulated by the state still obey the beast. Interoperability creates global enforcement, not freedom. Once all rails are digital, which the rails are going to be XRP, which is currently setting up around the world, the beast can say no compliance, no access. That fulfills Revelation 13 mechanically, not metaphorically. Even ChatGPT knows it ain't metaphorically, like these numbskulls say. But back to the other part, it says, the market is okay. Thus, the system is built globally, activated selectively. Yeah, there you go. Activated selectively. They could turn you off and flip. Well, they don't even have to do shit. AI is going to do it.
Yeah.
Used to compel obedience. Causes all. Okay. Why GMS? Go ahead.
Real quick, because you remember I was having that problem with the
Okay.
app. It was ChatGPT saying it was the system that flagged it. The system itself, a human didn't do it. It said now to basically pass it through, a human has to look at it now and do it. But it said initially it was the system itself that flagged that type of behavior. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So AI, like the computer flagged it. So a human has to approve it. Now a human has to come and like, oh, this the computer like this what I found. Then the human comes bound. Just
Sooner they're gonna fire that nigga.
Just that point.
Yeah.
The AI is governing basically.
Says why GMS warns now, timing logic. They teach prophecy moves in stages. A gradualism. Infrastructure built, which is already built, really. Dependence created, that's what's about to come. Well, crisis introduced, compliance demanded. That's what's about to happen. And then they're gonna enforce this digital system, and then they're gonna enforce the market of the beast. Digital finance, stage 1, 2, the mark, stage 4. There you go. Bottom line, GMS position plainly stated. According to GMS, digital financial infrastructure is the backbone of Revelation 13. Plain and simple. The mark is forced economic allegiance, not technology itself. Well, it's going to be actual devices. I don't know why they say that. Cashless systems remove the ability to resist. Exactly. Because you can't do no backdoor deals now. Because that's why people like to use cash. Buying and selling become conditional on submission.
That's the ESG, environmental social governance.
Yep.
You're not gonna, and it's not far fetched, for you scoffers out there, because China already has this sort of system in place.
That's right, bro.
That last bullet.
Yep.
That last bullet, man. That hit Ezekiel 33. That last bullet.
The prophecy becomes literally enforceable for the first time in history.
Yeah, we getting ready to change the course. That's why the Lord had us set up.
Right.
This what we doing is getting ready to change the course of life.
Yep.
You was told we weren't regular men. You know what I'm saying? You was told no, he's not a so-called white man, dog. You tripping.
Yep.
No, bro, the mark of the beast is the MOTB, is to see here. You were warned of what John the Revelator seen today. So that way when it come time, when this actually take place, you're gonna be forced. You're gonna be forced, bro.
Submission.
To receive the truth. And be putting it straight. And y'all niggas don't got faith. You ain't built off of this. So you're gonna make the ultimate decision to give your life over to the beast, man.
I got something real quick for you.
Forfeit it, man. Go ahead, Al.
Con, this is 2 Peter 1:19, straight to the point. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed.
Going to the seriousness of our calling. And that's why we down here. That's why we came down here. To take on the seriousness of our calling, bro. Why you think we heavy in the spirit like this, man? This is a sure word of prophecy, man. And look, bro, what was foretold was for us to prepare ourselves, man. Okay? And we're ahead of the curve. And chat agreed. The brother had to go deeper and ask chat, look, what do Great Millstone think about Revelation 13 and 16, man?
Right.
All right? So, the Lord, you either hear, it's gonna say, it is not he that speak. You either hear the Lord speaking or you don't hear him, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, as unto a light that shineth in a dark
And
place.
that's the truth. Yahweh Shai is speaking through you, bro. Repent. All right? Or die. It's simple as that. But the Lord gonna be with us. How this thing getting ready to roll out? With our XRP, bro. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it, bro. But the Lord gonna be with us. The Lord gonna be with his man.
Hey, this ain't financial advice. We just showing you the facts.
That's it. And chat telling you, yep.
Hey, really, you got days left, maybe, to get on board. If not, oh well. The Lord gonna bless the elect anyway. So you'll be good if you truly believe.
You're gonna have somebody hit that Powerball and not be able to do nothing with it.
Yeah, it's big right now, right?
1.2 billion.
That nigga ain't. That's a scam anyway. Shit, anybody getting that?
Hey, it says that prophecy becomes literally enforceable for the first time in history, which is why we know we at the end.
Exactly.
Because it's never been a time where this
did
infrastructure was laid and the technology was available.
Stop everybody from buying and selling.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It never happened.
It never happened.
It couldn't.
Yeah. So that's why we know this is it.
Yeah.
From this one part, and that's why we bank at here at Great Millstone. Starting from Apostle on down, we bank on that prophecy so heavy because that's going to be the game changer. As it says, literally enforceable for the first time in history. And that's the point we were trying to bring to you. That's how we know this is it, because never in history was this possible to happen. So this is it, bro. Yahweh Shai is at the door.
That's right,
And
bro.
all the other prophecies, they had a similar thing happen, like wars. You've had wars that have happened. You've had two world wars before this third one. So this is the one thing that
stands out.
Is like that penile gland. The only one that it doesn't have this side has it and this side has it. Is the right.
It ain't twofold.
Yeah, it ain't twofold. Yeah, it's only one way.
Yeah.
This is going to usher in his return. That's why, what is the 666? what is the mark? That's always been his channel.
Hey, what's the say? What's the 18th verse say? He that has wisdom, let him count the number of his name.
Yeah, because going into that 666, going into what? That chastised stigma is going into them. Their whole agenda is to X out the Messiah, his whole birthright, all right? And what's that? Psalms, the 2nd chapter. Why the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? You think setting up this 4th and 5th industrial revolution and pretty much giving this pseudoscience ideology out where you're giving a counterfeit of salvation, that everybody's going to be deceived by that everybody's going to see no other way but your way. But the Lord said what? That he has preserved 7,000 spirits, which is a complete portion of Israel, that will not bow the knee to Baal. That's not going to submit to this system. Okay? And the Lord said what? Also that he's shortening the times, because if he did not, there will be no flesh here to be saved. That's Esau's agenda. You go to Gates of Hell, Father's history, going into the eugenics, all right, going into Operation Warp Speed. You see that through this whole C19, their whole agenda was to prop it down, all right? Even down to before that, you had Planned Parenthood. You had all of these different warfare tactics that they use to kill off the pop in primary Israel. So here it is, their plots and schemes is being exposed in these times, and that's the Lord, the light that we just read about. Matter of fact, let me read that one more time, Baba Gashah. 2 Peter 1:19. It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. That's what's shining. That's what we're going into. Prophecies is shining. We just read it. The priest Ash just read it. Literally enforceable for the first. What's that prophecy? It says the prophecies becomes literally enforceable for the first time in history. Yeah, because it's going to speak. All that playing around, you dance around with the chick, what the mark of the beast is. You playing around to see, okay, how much more people can we pretty much rob at this point? That's what you're doing it for.
Yeah, well, they got the majority of the people in the trick bag anyway. They just, like the brothers have been going into, that gradualism already had, you know, like you see those little YouTube shorts of the rat traps, it's like the bucket and it'll flip, and then the next rat comes and it'll flip and keep dumping them in there. That's how it's happened to these clowns out here. That's why they're gonna get caught unawares. They're not gonna know what's happening. When it does happen, once this system gets fully activated, that's when people are going to realize that something happened.
Like I said, ChatGPT said they would say, like I say, that we would say this. The system is being built now, which is already built. That's what people need to understand. The switch just hasn't been flipped yet. And then I asked it, tie XRP, because you got to keep reminding it. Now tie XRP and Ripple to GMS breakdown. It says, it mentions the XRPs. This is descriptive, not an endorsement. You got to give me the disclaimer. I'm actually mapping their worldview onto the technology. GMS starting premise critical to understand. GMS does not interpret prophecy by asking is the technology good or bad. They ask does this technology strengthen the beast system control over buying and selling. So XRP is not evaluated as an investment. It's evaluated as an infrastructure. Hey, it could be an investment, though. How GMS would classify it, the XRP? GMS would say XRP is not the mark of the beast, exactly. They would say XRP is part of the beast financial plumbing. In their framework, Ripple fits into stage 1 and 2 prophecy, not stage 4, because stage 4 is the chip. Ripple, beast system infrastructure. GMS teaches the beast system was Western led, bank controlled, technocratic, global in scope. Ripple works with central banks, governments, IMF, adjacent institutions, regulated financial corridors. So GMS would argue Ripple is helping the beast system move money faster, cheaper, and with more control. Total control. From their view, speed equals enforcements, liquidity equals power, interoperability, global reach. XRP as a bridge is the key concern. This is where XRP becomes important in GMS teaching. Come on, man. It's not like every brother's teaching this. I don't know why I say that. But anyway, connects all systems, removes friction, eliminates escape routes. centralizes settlement logic. TMS would say once all money flows through a unified bridge, no one can buy or sell outside the system. They would emphasize XRP doesn't
that's
need
like
to be owned by everyone. Exactly.
Yeah.
It just needs to sit underneath everything. The bridge. That aligns exactly. That aligns. Where's the plumbing? Underneath everybody. That aligns with Revelation 13. No man might buy or sell. Not no man might hold a token. So hey, ChatGPT is going in, man. And then let's see what else it says. Because this is the first time I'm reading this far.
Let me bring this up real quick.
Okay.
Because you mentioned it, I think it's damn, go up a little bit. I think once all money flows into it.
Oh, right there too, bro.
What about the
Under
control? I believe it was.
Okay.
But this is
With more control. That one, or is it more control?
No, I think it was the other
Under
one
two,
further
yeah.
down. I think it's that one. Once all money.
Okay,
Yeah. Read it.
Once all money flows through a unified bridge, no one can buy or sell outside the system.
Yeah, so it's like you trapped inside this system, like going into that digital prison.
Yeah,
That's right, bro.
Matrix.
Matrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the Graphos, really.
Yeah.
We brought it out after the first episode.
Yeah.
This is the Graphos, bro. This is where all the information written is going to be the ledger. They literally call it XRP ledger. You know, so this is the Graphos, man, being set up. This is what's going to contain all the information. And it's going to have to go, whether it's money, information, or whatever.
Everything.
Assets, everything's going to have to move through this if you want to make transactions, which is buying and selling.
Just a quick precept, Luke 21 and verse 35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. All right, so we see the system being implemented. This is going to be the trap. All right, it's going to be the snare. Is going to keep everybody into that digital prison. All right, so you're not going to be able to go outside of the system to be able to go buy and sell. All right, so for all you other Israelite groups that's saying it's something otherwise, you're going to be inside that digital prison, man.
That's right, bro. Yeah, that digital web, right? They call it a World Wide Web. Well, this is that web. You know, you got a precept.
All right, that was it on it. That was a quick precept.
I got one quick one to back them up too. This is Revelations 13 and 14. And deceiveth them. You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
Connor, you can bring it out.
This is Revelations 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right. Yeah, going into, you can read that one more time because here it is, as ChatGPT pretty much broke it down. All right. This Edomite rulership, all right, that you see and manifested, it was a part in time that the Greco-Roman Edomites, they had a time frame to fall. All right, Esau fell. All right, and that was that time that I was speaking about. It was wounded by the sword, going into what pretty much the fall of Western Rome. All right, around what the mid 300s. But then 1,000 years, the scripture said it would be fulfilled with what? He'll be loosened for a season, going into the Renaissance era. And this agenda was, as we see, it's reached the peak of its development. We start back going into the industrial revolution, the first industrial, the second, the third. All they started doing was literally gathering the earth resources onto themselves, all right, and then setting up these industries to make you dependent on a system. Okay, this is what they were setting up this whole time to strip your freedom and your independence. Okay, and now it's about to reach its peak of total control.
Worship the beast. That's what it's coming down to. Do you worship the beast? And are you going to receive his mark? That's what we come. That's what it's coming down to. If you got people already in the spirit of worshiping the beast right now, man. It's just when this time comes, the physical the destruction that happens, okay, or the perplexity that does come, it's going to lead people to actually put their hand on the staff of a broken reed.
Okay, so I'll read this and we'll close out. Just this because there's plenty more, but I'll do another separate video on it because there's a bunch here. But so I'll just read this last question I asked it. It said, because I asked another question before this, but I'll get to this one. It said, I asked it, if a chip was mandatory to prove your digital ID and to access your digital money, would that make sense? It's the mark of the beast. It says, I'll answer this carefully, biblically, and without fear mongering. because that's what they say about us. We're fear mongering, right? Because this is exactly where people either overreach or dismiss scripture. The truth is more precise. Short answer: if a mandatory chip were required to prove digital identity and access money and participate in buying and selling, and refusal resulted in economic exclusion, that would match Revelation 13:16, chapter 13:16, verse 17. Functionally.
So like he should have started at 15.
Yeah, but
Remember it said kill it all.
ChatGPT don't know all that.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, right.
But it says, but that still does not automatically mean the chip is the. So we gotta give you the disclaimer, right? Let's. Where is it? Where was it? Damn, where was it? Maybe it was at the very end. Let me just go there. Bottom line, very clear. Mandatory. Damn, where was it? I can't remember where it was, but nonetheless. Here's wisdom. Here's a panic. Okay, I think this is the one. Here it is, the most accurate answer. Carefully, reader of Revelation can give. A mandatory chip could be used as the mark, but only if it enforces allegiance and worship. Technology alone doesn't make the mark. Economic coercion plus submission to the beast. And how you gonna submit to the beast? By taking that chip.
Exactly.
The danger is obedience. The danger is obedience for survival. Revelation is not about fear of tech. It's about who you bow to when pressure comes. You're either going to bow to Yahweh Shem Shai, or you're going to bow to the beast and worship him and take his mark. And then you're going to be destroyed.
That's right.
You got 14 and 9.
Yeah.
And 15 and 2. Those who got victory over the mark and the beast. So that you got those who gonna be destroyed for worshiping it
Part of the
when the
lake of
pressure
fire.
comes. Yeah. Part of the lake of fire. Then you got those who got the victory in the 15 and 2. Oh, and looking through the sea of
But did not
glass.
receive the
Who
mark.
did not receive the mark.
And we gonna see. Nah, I ain't gonna say because we've said it already in multiple videos. We're gonna use Esau's system against it. Best believe that till that hour of temptation comes.
Exactly.
You know, simple as that.
Manipulating the elements.
Exactly. Then we don't need to use this system. Yeah.
I will be with thee. They shall envy thee.
Yeah.
You know?
Not be able to do nothing.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Abundance, man. You know.
Okay, so with that, Lord's will was edifying. We give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. The honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who are well. Salutation and much love to the elected Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.